All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I am excited to share with everyone our new Delta Workforce Grant Program. If you don't know me already, I'm Susan Edwards. I serve DRA as the program analyst for workforce programs. If you've listened to any of our technical assistance videos, you've probably heard my voice, and I've been on other workshops and technical assistance webinars. So this live training comes to help us along with a new process, a new portal, and I'm kind of taking over things with Ari's departure. So I have some pretty big shoes to fill, and I hope you guys will be patient with me and give me a little bit of grace as we work out any kinks or hiccups that may come up. Joining me today is also Alex Holland, Senior Advisor to DRA. Alex, you want to say hello?
Hey everyone, I think I know most of you. For those of you who don't know me, like Susan said, my name is Alex Holland. I'm Senior Advisor at the Delta Regional Authority. With Ari's departure, Susan and I will be your new point people for this program, as well as the Workforce Opportunity for Rural Communities program if you seek that out, are an existing grantee or plan to apply for that in the future. So great to have you on today for this webinar.
All right, thanks, Alex. So as we get started, this is how we're going to roll our agenda. We're going to do an overview of the grant system itself, talk about your login credentials, take a look at the Grantee Dashboard, look at some quarterly reporting, reimbursement requests, which we all know those are so important to get right. We're going to have some time for questions and answers, and then any final thoughts or comments or any concerns that you may have, we'll address those as well. So first up, we chose Foundit Technologies because what we were working with was just not meeting all of our needs. We needed to have some analytics that weren't happening. We needed to be able to show more impact and outcome measures. So we've done this. Foundit is an established software that focuses on grant makers and grant seekers. This is their business. They know it forwards and backwards, inside and out. The grant lifecycle management system that we're using allows us to manage all the grant activities through the portal, which means you will submit reimbursement requests through there. You can see all of your documents, your historical, your grant application, grant agreements, previous reimbursements and previous reports. That will all be in one location. And also, this gives us the ability to create custom forms, which is really important because everything that we do is, very specific to this workforce program. We have other programs within DRA that we need to address those issues as well. And this allows us one platform to make those issues manageable. So when you first log in, we're still using the workforce.dra.gov. That's your link to get into the portal. So this is what your login page will look like: email and password, which every primary user for active grants has already been established. For this session, we're going to use Jody Rafferty as our example. The first time you log in, click on this forget your password and set a new password. We have a generic one in there just for the time being. If additional users need to be on your organization, just shoot us an email really quick to workforce@dra.gov, and we can get that user added. It may be a financial person, it may be a grant manager, whoever those people are, we can add them, no problem. Your Grantee Dashboard. It's very straight and to the point. All of your information is on this dashboard. Active requests that you'll be able to see what you've completed and what's been assigned and what the due date is. And then these simple hyperlinks to edit and update your information. The SF425 and the SFPPR, the performance review documents, they're similar to the PDFs that you've been completing, but they're now within the portal. So while all of the questions are the same, it's going to look different because it's going to go down a column rather than, across like PDF forms often do. The budget reimbursement forms and the budget reimbursement worksheets, those will be available to you anytime. That way you can make your reimbursement request on your pace. If you need to do weekly or monthly or quarterly, whatever pace that is for you, they will always be available and you can submit them as needed. Are we doing okay so far? Any questions? Okay. So when you get into quarterly reporting, you'll receive an automatic email when they're assigned. And Jody, if you've received about 1,000 of them as we try and work out all the hiccups, my apologies. They'll be due 15 days after the close of the quarter, just like they are now. So you'll get an email notification that has a link straight into your dashboard, and you'll be able to see the assigned report. And then you just click on it and complete it and submit. And then we'll get notification that you've submitted. If you have not submitted by the due date, you will get an automatic email the day after saying your report is late and it needs to be turned in. So be mindful of those due dates as always. If you would like to see the questions beforehand, if you want to work it out and then go in and fill everything in, you can check on this question list button, and that will give you a rundown of all the questions that are on the form. This follow-up packet button will be after you submit all of your answers. That way you can keep a PDF if you want to save it to your Google Drive, or if you need to email it or something like that. That's what those two buttons will do. Required fields are going to be noted with an asterisk, and some of the fields will be auto-populated from your application or previous documents, say your outcomes, your project name, some of the budgeting items. Those will all be auto-populated. If you're unable to type into a box that already has information, it's because it's pulled from another document. We do have character limitations. We've tried to be conscious to give you enough space to answer sufficiently. If you find that you are not able to get your information in there, we can make those adjustments if you'll just let us know. But we also remind you to be concise in your response. Keep the details clean. If you don't need to use all of the characters, don't force it. They're just there for your benefit. Any fields requiring a certain format will be instructed in red. Say if a field requires a PDF, if it requires an Excel document, that will be noted. If it's a tax ID number that needs to be formatted a certain way, or a phone number, those will be noted. So on reimbursement requests, these questions are all taken from the SF4 270, sorry. You just click through the buttons. Is it an advance? Is it reimbursement, final, partial? It's all the same questions that you've been dealing with for the whole performance of the grant. An authorized official must submit on behalf of the organization, just like in the other forms. That hasn't changed. And once a form has been submitted, a new form will be assigned for the next quarter. Or if it's a budget reimbursement, a new budget form will be assigned. And you'll see that, budget reimbursement number 1, budget reimbursement number 2, and so on. They're the same, we just have to keep them numbered chronologically. Budget and program modification form, again, it's the same form, just laid out differently. All the questions are the same. They're not necessary, and you may not even need them. You may not have changes to your program or your budget, but they're there should you need them. And again, a submission of a modification form does not guarantee approval by DRA. That'll be on a case-by-case basis. Any questions so far? Okay, let's go look at a live site. So when you click in, obviously this is the screen that you're going to see, and it's got my credentials. There's tutorial videos if you're still not sure or you're a little uncomfortable. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. They're very simple step-by-step guidance. So feel free to use any of that. If you have any questions at any time, you can always contact us at workforce.dra.gov. So again, I'm going to use Green River Area Development District as our sample. And they're in Owensboro, Kentucky. And Ari has taken the great task of completing all of this information from a historical standpoint. So every grant is up to date to this point. So you have, an SF 425 ending March 31st. If Jody needed to go in and see that to make sure, did I already reimburse for that? Did I already report this outcome? Whatever the case may be. That link can be clicked on and you can view the information. Now you'll see right here, this is the start of the new assigned reports for this quarter that just is ending today, and they'll be due on October 15th. And we're going to do the SF 270. And when she clicks on it, she will go in here and just answer the questions to, whatever is happening with her program. And again, they're the same questions as the previous SF 240. It's just within the portal rather than a PDF. And then the certifying official will certify and hit submit. The SF 425 is a reimbursement form. And you can see here the DUNS number was automatically pulled. That's one of those auto-populated fields that you won't be able to change, as is the organization information. And you click on your report type. This would obviously be a quarterly report. Your basis of accounting, your reporting periods, transactions, and then you would certify that information. Oh, that was Alex, sorry. The budget reimbursement worksheet. This is actually an Excel spreadsheet that will be listed under the documents in your dashboard that you will complete the form and then upload right here. And then any supporting documents, invoices, statements, if you're paying payroll, those payroll reports, that sort of thing. And under documents, we have two documents, the budget reimbursement spreadsheet and the development agreement. So when you click on let's see if it's going to open on the wrong window. Sorry, folks. There's their budget worksheet. Again, you fill in the information that applies to you. There will be fields that will be locked where they're doing calculations that you don't have to worry about. Are there any questions with this process so far?
Susan,
Yes.
how did you get to that page? You went kind of quick. So you were at your SF 225, and then all of a sudden you were at the worksheet. So
Okay.
where's the
So-
worksheet on this thing right here, that the current slide?
Okay, you see this, here's your documents right here. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right here is the Excel spreadsheet. And
Got it.
it's going to open up to a new window. And I'm sorry, it keeps going to a different screen.
Yeah, that's okay. It's just that to see you, sometimes the screen, what you're showing is blocked.
Can you see the spreadsheet?
Yes.
Okay.
The worksheet?
Yes. You see a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet? Okay.
Yes.
There will be a blank one uploaded to your documents. We're still getting all of those documents uploaded. So they'll be done today. But you'll have a blank one of these that you can do a save as every time you need to do a worksheet. But the blank one will be there for your use. Does anyone need to see something again? I've been working on this portal for a few months, so I might have gone a little fast. If we need to go back through something, feel free to say it.
It seems fairly straightforward. It's just that sometimes you talk about buttons that you can't see yet. So I guess we have to get into it to really find out.
Yeah, like I said, your dashboard for the grant that you have, every bit of information will be in this list. You'll have your historical request will be here. So like once you start submitting reports, they'll start being in here. Your actives will be, you know, in this assigned area. And any spreadsheets that you add, your grant agreement will be here. And again, once you get in there and you start tinkering around and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You will not hurt my feelings to come and say, can I have some one-on-one? Can I ask some questions? We can, you know, do a share screen and go back through everything again.
Hey, Susan, this is Jody. So
Hi, Jody.
just a quick question. As far as, so the documents that have been uploaded by you all,
Yes.
I guess I'm just, you said that we can save those. Are we saving them in the portal?
They are already saved in the portal, but say you have a compliance officer that wants a PDF of every report that you submit. You can click this follow-up packet and a PDF of that report will be available to you. So you can download that to your own network, your own drives. You can email it to any officer that you need to, or if you need to do a report for somebody, you have all of this information.
Okay, so, and that's good to know. But for instance, we pull up the document, the budget worksheet that you just had pulled up.
Uh-huh.
And this may be very elementary, and I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But once we complete that, like what do we do with it so that it comes to you? Like, do we need to save it? Do we need to?
Yes.
Am I making more sense?
Yes, you need to save it. And then under.
And we save it in the portal, or we save it on our own drive?
You need to save it, you upload it into the portal. So save it on your own drive, but upload it into the portal. So right here where it says budget reimbursement worksheet number 3, Ari has already completed 1 and 2 for you, which is the historical data. So if you had one for this quarter, you would use this report right here and you'd hit edit. And here you would upload your spreadsheet.
Okay.
Whatever that may be, wherever you may have saved it. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Then any supporting documentation, whether it be payroll reports or invoices, statements, whatever that supporting document is, you upload it right here. And we've given you more space for that because, PDF, scanning PDFs and everything can take up space. So these two things, upload your budget worksheet here and upload your supporting documents here.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Miss Susan. I have a question kind of similar to Miss Jody's, and I wanted to make sure that you weren't going to explain that. I didn't want to put the cart before the horse because I know we were getting to that point. But so the place that we upload our worksheets, that's under the follow-up section.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go back to it.
Okay.
It's called a budget reimbursement worksheet. And it'll be in sequential order. So if you've already submitted 2 or 3 of them, number 4 will be assigned to you. If you've submitted 7 of them, number 8 will be assigned to you. But you will see all of those reports in your list as being submitted.
Okay.
And they'll be marked as, your status, complete or assigned. And you'll know if it's assigned. And if it's past due, you'll have a yellow block right here that says past due.
Okay, so anything that has previously been submitted will have a complete status. And we know that
Yes.
that's not a current one. Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
And you can view any of these reports just by clicking on them. And again, if you need a PDF of anything, you can just click on it, follow-up packet, and you have your PDF. Okay.
Thank you.
It looks like we have a chat. For the budget worksheet, do we update the same file that is in portal, or do we have to save as and submit a new budget worksheet? We will provide the blank budget worksheet under your documents. Then you will do a file save as from that blank document. Oh, and I just ignored it, so it doesn't hurt to say it again. And then Alex answered that. What else? Is everyone ready for a new system? Again, if you needed to see your grant agreement, if you had a compliance report that you needed to do, again, it's just the click of a button to get your PDF.
Hey, Susan, we have one more question in the chat. I'll read it out so that you can actually show it on the screen. Where do we put all of our supporting documentation, and does it allow a large file? I never could upload my files in the old system because they were too large. I think you just need to go to that other screen on the reimbursement.
Okay. Supporting documentation. We have given you 10 megs. Was your file larger than 10? Because we can go up to 25 for a form. So if we need to add to it, that's not a problem. Do you know how large your file were, or an estimate? $10 is usually a lot, would give you sufficient space. If not, and you need to compress it, there's a website called pdfcompressor.com, and they can take a 60 meg file down to 10. So that's an option for you as well.
It looks like she scanned all of the files into one. So I assume if she does that and saves it as a PDF, she should be fine under that allotment, don't you think?
I would think so. But
Okay.
again, if you have any trouble, just let us know and we can address it.
And so as a reminder, this page is under that request for reimbursement, correct?
It's the
So-
budget reimbursement worksheet.
Yep. So that's where you're going to find that that button to upload.
Mhm. Any more questions or concerns? I'm always worried about scrolling down a screen too fast and making people sick. So if I need to scroll down a screen, you're welcome. I'm welcome to do that. One thing, we will be sending a recording of this out to everyone, hopefully today, but maybe in the morning. It will have a link to the portal. It will have a link to this video in the slide deck, so you can have all the reference that you want and our contact information. Well, I don't want to take up anyone's time if there's no more questions.
So Susan, you said just if we have additional users that we would like to add, just to send an email to workforce@dra.gov.
Correct, and we will get them added, and within a few minutes we can get them added and they'll be active.
Okay, and you want just their name and their email address? Is that sufficient?
Their name and email is fine. Well, and make sure that we know the organization too that we need to associate.
Okay.
I would hate for someone to send an email without a signature and I have no idea where to send it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you just say the email one more time that we need to send the additional users?
Workforce@dra.gov. Okay.
So who is the first user?
The first
PI.
user is the primary contact on the grant application. So Jean, if it was your name on the grant application, then it would be your email address that's active.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, well, that was really fast. I had actually planned for an hour because I didn't know if there would be a lot of questions. It is a very straightforward system. Again, with it all being right there in front of you, I hope this will be an easy transition for us, but there's going to be hiccups because that's just how we are. Reach out to us if you have any questions. We're a phone call or an email away. I can jump on a Zoom easily and we can do a screen share and walk through any troubles that you may have.
Okay.
Alex, do you have anything?
I don't, just as a reminder, I added that email address. If you have any questions, shoot an email to workforce@dra.gov. That email is also on the DRA website on the workforce page in case you forget it. But nope, thanks everybody for your time. Hopefully this system works better than the last one. That was the idea. So appreciate your patience on this webinar.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.